Hey, Mike Jackson here for Signcraft Magazine. It's all online now at signcraft.com. Today I want to talk about the ellipse and circle tool that is in Adobe Illustrator, and it's in the toolbar along with the rectangle and square tool and the star tool and the polygon tool. So we're going to have a video for each one of those online here, and check those out. They work a lot the same, but there's a few little small differences from tool to tool to tool. Check those out. Now we'll just drop right into the ellipse and circle tool. Okay, before I really start digging into the ellipse tool, let me show you a few things on the screen here that I like to set up, and one of them is this control panel across the top. It has some pretty good information that's important to us, and transform, I often like to have that turned on. And then you'll see that all you have to do is turn these things on: color, control, info, swatches, transform, and then Pathfinder is actually in the little panel on the right hand side over there. And that'll give you a pretty good idea how to set this up. Now I have an 8" by 8" artboard, and I also have vertical guides and horizontal guide at 4 inches, and they're locked down, and so I don't have to worry about moving them accidentally. And these will give me some, kind of a reference point when I'm doing circles from the center, and especially trying to show you in this video. So that's kind of how I have it set up. Now, the first thing you need to know about using the ellipse tool is you got to find the thing, and it's really underneath the rectangle tool. There's several of them together. They're all nested together in this one flyout. The rectangle tool shortcut key is M, and so the ellipse tool in that list is L if you want to use the shortcut command, which I do fairly often. And so we'll go ahead and select that. Now we can go out anywhere on the screen and just drag out and make these ellipse tools, ellipse shapes, any size. You can do some that look kind of like circles even, and that part's pretty easy. And then let me Control A and delete all of them. Now if we want to do a circle, the only difference in that is that we just hold down the Shift key while we drag out, and that'll make a perfect circle each time. You can make them any size you want. So let's delete those guys. Okay, now if we want to do an ellipse or an oval from a center point here, all we have to do is hold down the Option key, and wherever you put it will drag out from that point, whichever way you want to do that. The same thing happens with the circle. If I hold the Option and Shift key down this time, I can drag a perfect circle from that center point. What I'm going to show you right now is really basic information. It translates across Illustrator in lots and lots of places. But if I just drag out an oval, or an ellipse in this case, and I don't have any idea, I just visually made that ellipse. Now I have a few ways of telling how big that thing is just by going up to the control line across the top, and you can see it's a little over 4.3 inches, a little over 1.4 inches tall, and that same information is in the transform panel, and same exact information. And I can make an adjustment to either place. I'll just say let's make it 6 inches this time, and I'll leave the height alone, or I can change that to, let's say, 2 inches, and now I have a 2" by 6" to my specifications on an element that I had no idea originally how big it was. So I have quite a bit of control of that. Now one of the other options I have is I can turn off this constrained proportions adjustment, and this way, or in this case I'm turned it on, and so if I make an 8" circle, which is a certain percentage bigger than 6, then the other measurement will change proportionally. And you can do the very same thing. Let's make a circle out of this thing. I'll turn off the constrained proportions, and I'll just make it a 5" by 5" oval. I'm just putting those in, and now we have that. Now one of the quick little feature here is I can use the regular pointer tool and drag down and set that right on the top of the center line, even though I didn't do it originally that way. In the previous little clip, we created an oval or ellipse to the size that we wanted after I originally entered it. Now we can do the same thing going in from the front door this time. If I have the ellipse selected, and you can do this with any of those tools, is I just click one time on the screen, and you'll see that I get to put in the number that I want. I'm going to go 6 tab 2, enter, and now I have a 2" by 6" ellipse. Easy to do, and works the same way. And let's say we wanted to do the circle, click anywhere you want to do it, 6 tab 6, there it is. Okay, Control A, delete. And now the other option is you saw that those were just random on the screen. It had to do with where I clicked when I set that box up. To do it over the center line, all I have to do is hold it over the crosshairs and click on the Option key. Now it's going to bring that up, and I'll do the very same thing, and this time it's made a perfect circle over my crosshairs. I probably mentioned in the other videos dealing with stars and then also rectangles and polygons is that each one of these little shape tools have some kind of little quirky things in them that it's hard to identify. You just have to see it work. And in this case, we have these extra little handles right here, and if I drag this out, I can create a Pac-Man or a part of a pie shape if you're doing some kind of pie chart graphs and so forth. Now if you look over in the transform box, you'll see that there is an opening here for each one of these two adjustments here, and each of those have an amount. You can also click that and reverse the percentage out, and you also can rotate this if you like. Well, the ellipse and circle tool are fairly simple. They have one or two minor little variations that you can do within it, but check out the rectangle tool, the star tool, and the polygon tool here on Signcraft.com. You can see a few other features. They work similar but a little bit different in a few places.